We've been getting a lot of phone calls from our neighbors here in the Boone County area, and I appreciate you calling and scheduling landscape evaluations. I enjoy coming out and meeting my neighbors and talking about all kinds of topics related to horticulture. Right now, what it seems like most people are scheduling is the bed weed control and the spring cleanups. And it's perfect timing. I was over in Triple Crown today, and while I was visiting with a potential new client, we noticed that one of their trees was getting ready to bloom. It's a Cornelian dogwood, and starting to get little yellow flowers on it, and that's a definite sign that spring is on its way. There is a science called phenology, and landscape professionals use it to gauge where we are within the growing season. And the Cornelian cherry dogwood, it starts its bloom right about 40 growing degree days. So we're right in that perspective of the beginning of the growing season. And along with that, we're going to start seeing silver maples, I believe, are supposed to be in full bloom. And we're going to start getting first bloom of our red maples. I was looking at the weather forecast, and over the next 9 days, 6 of those days is going to be over 50 degrees. Now, what's significant about 50 degrees? The phenology calendar is based on days where the weather is above 50 degrees, and for each day we gain growing degree days, and it depends on how many days we have and how many degrees it is over 50 degrees. And we're going to have some temperatures in the 50s, 60s, and they actually forecast in 70 on one day. So that's really going to accelerate the growing degree days for the year, and that's going to cause trees and shrubs to start doing first blooms, first buds. Now, yes, it's still February, it is still early, but we have had years before where our springs really take off. I believe it was spring of 2012 where we hit 80 degrees in March, and it didn't slow down the entire season. And we actually wound up being about 5 weeks ahead of where we normally are during a growing season. Now, somebody who runs a plant health care program, that's a nightmare because you're trying to keep up with the disease and the pest and the other issues that come up with the landscape. Now, I'm not suggesting that's what's going to happen this year. It's way too early to know. But currently, today is the 13th of February, and we are right about 40 to 44 growing degree days. So that's a good start for the year. And with that in mind, the spring cleanups are a good idea to get set up. If you don't already have that service set, probably be a good idea to go ahead and to give me a call. I do a free landscape evaluation where we can walk your property. We can talk about the plants on your property, the condition of them, and what you may want to do to improve them or to maintain them. Now, once again, I said this is a free landscape evaluation. There's no obligation on your part whatsoever. You can give me a call at 859-444-0486 or www.whitehouselandscapes.com. And on the top of the site is a place where you can make an appointment. You can also email me, Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, at whitehouselandscapes.com, and just tell me that you'd like to do a landscape evaluation, or if you have some details that you'd like to put in there, that'd be great too. I'm thinking about continuing to do some of these videos and talk about issues as they come up in the landscape, what I'm seeing, what to expect, and what you may want to consider. So if this is helpful, drop me a line. Let me know, hey, I appreciate the videos, but I have concerns about this. What can you tell me about this? Whether it's a favorite tree of yours that you don't want anything to happen to, Or maybe it's a landscape shrub that you have that's it's not looking so good as of late summer. It's taken a beating, and what can I do to fix this? Once again, we do the free landscape evaluation. We'll come out and talk to you about whatever it is you want in the landscape, and we can talk about solutions, possibility it's a remove and replace situation. Now with that, it's important for me to let you know that my perspective on trees and shrub in the landscape is I try to preserve trees and shrubs. I'm not one that instantly just wants to take things out. If a tree and shrub is functioning properly, it's doing what it's supposed to do, and it looks good in your landscape, or it can quickly be brought back to a condition where it looks good in your landscape. I'm going to try to preserve that plant if we can. Now, some plants can't be preserved. They're either a danger or they're just not they're not sightly on the property, and I'll tell you that up front, and we can talk about what to do about that if that's the direction you'd like to go. So once again, cell phone number is 859-444-0486, and let me know that you'd like to do a landscape evaluation. It's free, and we'll set up a time and a date where we can come over and walk the property. You can look at www.whitehouselandscapes.com. Top of the website, there's a place where you can schedule an appointment. So multiple options, and I look forward to speaking to you. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.